At Truckers Against Trafficking, we believe that professional drivers are the eyes and ears of our nation's roadways. They are saving the lives of victims being forced to sell themselves for sex on a continual basis. We would love for you to join our mobile army of drivers and help us save lives. That's why, in partnership with UPS, we are sharing this condensed version of our training with you today.
My son and I were driving through Oklahoma City, had the radio on, and the guy comes on the radio, "Hey, anybody want any underage girls?"
This one, she didn't even look 13, 14 years old. She had a little mini skirt on.
A 14-year-old, 15-year-old is not doing this on her own accord.
You have to wonder who's behind them.
They have a pimp or whatever you want to call them, trafficker.
Sex trafficking is a form of modern-day slavery. It's when traffickers are using force, fraud, or coercion to compel an individual to engage in commercial sex. And traffickers are not only exploiting the victims, but they're also exploiting these locations. Everything from commercial front brothels, to residential brothels, to hotels and motels, to truck stops, to street-based prostitution. A lot of exploitation is happening online. That's where a lot of the connections are being made.
Nobody wakes up and says, gosh, I'd really like to sell myself on the streets today. That is something that is being directed by the victimizer, by the trafficker.
Here we are, I'm 15 years old, my cousin is 14, and we're here at a truck stop, being forced to work it, and we're young girls, terrified out of our minds.
The trucking industry is in a unique position because they actually will be in locations that pimps will bring in their victims.
Truckers Against Trafficking is a grassroots organization. It comes alongside the trucking industry, recognizing that they're the eyes and ears of our nation's highways. They're in places that most people aren't, and that they can recognize potential victims of human trafficking more than the rest of us.
You're talking about a really highly trained group of individuals that are seeing trafficking, they know where to report it, they're reporting it right away, and as a result, we have seen countless victims who've been recovered by law enforcement.
When we talk about who's driving change in this area, we have to talk about the American trucking industry.
Thank God what saved me was that truck driver that called in and said, hey, this is whoever at the truck stop, and we have some girls out here that look pretty young.
Oh, that trucker. The one that made that phone call. Boy, I owe him a lot. And if he ever sees this, thank you.
UPS drivers, when en route, making deliveries, or picking up packages, have you ever witnessed any signs of prostitution taking place in hotel alleys, clubs, or similar places? Perhaps you notice a group of young girls or women being picked up or dropped off by a man in a vehicle? Or do you see women or children looking fearful, disheveled, or crying? Do you see extraordinary security measures for a business or home that seems out of place or excessive, particularly at local massage parlors or health spas? What about on any of your regular delivery routes? Are there homes that appear to have men coming in and out of them at all times of day, or always have different cars parked in front of the house? All of these are potential indicators of sex trafficking. If you ever witness a crime in progress, immediately report it to 911. If you're seeing any of the trafficking indicators just mentioned, call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888. When you make that anonymous call, you will speak with a trained operator who will help you ascertain if you're looking at a human trafficking situation, so be sure to give them as many details as possible. Just trust your gut when it says something's off. It's okay to call and be wrong. It's only a few minutes out of your life. But what if you're right? Your call could save a life. please consider downloading the Truckers Against Trafficking app, available from any app store, so that you'll always have this information on hand. Also, while your participation is voluntary, if you make a call that helps someone, let your supervisor and TAT know. You could be in the running for our Harriet Tubman Award, presented by Protective Insurance. This award comes with a $2,500 cash prize, an all-expenses-paid trip to the Indy 500, and recognition at the Protective 500 Gala event, where we present this prestigious award. Finally, for more information on this topic, check out TAT's full training video, available on upsers.com. Thank you for being willing to make a difference.